Ladies and gentlemen, on a Sunday night at the time of recording, it's a good night to be the Miami Dolphins fan. Finally, man. Finally, we had a good day, or a good night as a Miami Dolphins fan. Just dropped a quarter. You guys are watching this on Monday afternoon, but while I was at the game tonight between the Boston Celtics and the Orlando Magic, which Magic lost by 33 points tonight to the Celtics. The Miami Dolphins finally, it's been about a month, hired their new head coach, Mike Mcdaniel, offensive coordinator from the San Francisco 49ers. I'm just going to get right into it. I got quite a few things to say about this hire. So let's just get into it, man. The Miami Dolphins hired Mike McDaniel. He was the lead candidate for weeks and weeks and weeks to be the Miami Dolphins' new head coach, and they waited so long that the Dolphins waited until the 49ers were eliminated from the playoffs. Now, I don't know when the first meeting was. I have no idea when it was. But from what I saw, from what other people said, was the first meeting they had was about a 3-hour Zoom, and it went great. It went great, and they liked him so much that they wanted to bring him back for a second interview. And it was between him and Kellen Moore. Brian Daboll was in the conversation as well. He was hired as the Giants head coach. Jim Harbaugh was in the conversation. He got an interview from the Vikings. And he announced that he's going back to Michigan for another season. I don't think he's going to be in Michigan for a very long time. I think this could be his last season. I do think he's ready to come back to the NFL, though. Something tells me I do think that Jim Harbaugh is ready to give the NFL another crack. It's not with the Miami Dolphins, though. It was announced tonight Mike McDaniel is the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins. According to ESPN, it's a 4-year deal that he will be the Dolphins head coach unless he gets fired. Listen, I love the hire. We need an offensive-minded head coach, and we got it. We were going to get one. It came down to him and Kellen Moore, and I don't really think Kellen Moore had a chance. I'd like Kellen Moore, but Mike McDaniel already had an interview. Getting his second interview with the Dolphins, more than likely they loved him. So this does not shock me at all as a Dolphins fan. Am I happy? Yes. Am I excited? I can't be excited. And that's the only negative thing about this. I can't be excited. And I might get heat for this. I might get people, typing their way in the comments. But I can't get excited for this because I got my hopes up twice. And I was let down twice. Now, granted, in the three seasons that Adam Gase was the head coach for the Miami Dolphins, he did make the playoffs his first season, but we absolutely had no chance in the playoffs at all. We had a very easy schedule. We were 10-6 that year, made the playoffs, was a backup quarterback. We had Matt Moore going to the playoffs, and we got blown out by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were one of the better teams in the league that season. We got blown out by them in the playoffs. So we really haven't had taste of being a playoff team since 2008, and I've only seen one playoff game in my lifetime as a Dolphins fan, and it was that Steelers game. So I can't get my hopes up. With Adam Gase was a failure, and Brian Flores, even though he gave us he gave us 2 back-to-back winning seasons in such a long time. I think it was like 2008, 2009, I believe. I'll have to go make sure, but didn't work out. We didn't make the playoffs either of the seasons. We had back-to-back winning seasons. And they fired him. They fired him after this season. He's filing a lawsuit against the NFL, against the Giants, against the Broncos, against the Dolphins, with all the Stephen. I'm not even going to talk about that, because that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Dolphins hiring Mike McDaniel. I'm thrilled that he's here. What he did with the 49ers offense was great. It was great. Obviously, 2019, the defense was amazing. I solely think that's the reason they made the playoff. And they had a great running game in 2019. And he was the running back coach on that Super Bowl team. They went on to lose the Super Bowl, but it's still a Super Bowl team nonetheless. Mike McDaniel was the running back coach. Then he became the offensive coordinator in 2020. Had a rough season last year. Just really nothing you could do about that. They got so banged up with injuries. But this year, they were a top 10 offense. They were a top 10 or a top 15 offense this season. George Kittle was amazing. Deebo Samuel had his best season ever in the NFL. And for this season, he's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, no question. So do I think that Mike McDaniel can turn around this Miami Dolphins offense in the next few years? I hope so. I'm not going to say yes yet because I haven't seen it. I'll give you my answer. If he's able to turn the Dolphins offense around, sometime next season, we'll tell. We will tell next season. But I'm glad he's the coach. He's the guy I wanted from the beginning. Because I doubt that we weren't going to get Harbaugh. I knew we weren't going to get Harbaugh. I'm like, he's not doing it. Not doing it. He's going back to Michigan. But I wanted McDaniel all along. And I don't care that he has never been a head coach before. He's coached under Mike Shanahan in Washington. And he's been an offensive coordinator for Kyle Shanahan. And for all the people saying, oh, he's got no experience to be a head coach. Dude's coached football since he's been 26 years old. So, coach for the Broncos, coach for Washington, offensive coordinator for the 49ers. So, yeah. Please tell me that Mike McDaniel has no experience as a coach. Because he does. He has a lot of experience. Never been a head coach before, but he goddamn has experience. And I hope that he's able to turn this around. And what I've seen other people say that they've heard is that, he's a really good guy, which I'd like to hear. He's easy to work with, which Flores was not the case. Flores was hard to work with. I loved Flores. but that was one of the reasons he got fired. And he is, he's got a great mind for offense. And if there's anybody, there's a quote out there that said, if there's anybody that can fix this Miami offense, it's him. It's Mike McDaniel. But I think, A, he needs the right game plan, and I think, B, we need the right places. We need the right pieces. We got free agency in about a month. So we are sitting with, I believe, over $70 million of cap space. I'm going to look it up exactly right now. As long as it doesn't get taken away from all of this allegations bullshit with Flores and the lawsuit with Flores and Stephen Ross. So the Dolphins have $71 million of cap space for this offseason. That is the most in the NFL. So do whatever you got to do. If you're Mike McDaniel, if you're Chris Greer, if you're that asshole Stephen Ross, do whatever you got to do to go out there, get yourself a solid running back. Go get Leonard Fournette if you want. Or draft a running back. If you're not going to trade that 29th draft pick, use it on a running back or an offensive lineman. Go get some veteran offensive lineman that you can 100% use. Go get yourself a top receiver that we so desperately need in front of Jalen Waddle, the 1-2 punch. I don't think we're getting Adams. But if we could get another receiver, if we could get Mike Williams, that would be awesome. Mike Williams and Waddle. That'd be great. I would love that. So go get yourself some great offensive pieces in free agency, and we'll talk about that. As free agency gets closer, we will make videos here on the channel who the Dolphins should be targeting, what players should the Dolphins be trying to get, and all that good stuff. But right now, story is, Dolphins got their new head coach. It was going to happen. It was 100% going to happen. They just had to play the waiting game because the 49ers were still in the playoffs. But now that they were eliminated, they had like a 10-hour interview on Friday. It went great, I heard. And boom. Sunday night, February 6, 2002, Miami Dolphins hire Mike McDaniel as their new head coach. And I hope he's the guy that can lead us to the playoffs, because I know the 2022 season is 7 months away, but I'm tired of being mediocre, man. I'm tired of not making the playoffs. I'm tired of my team sitting on the couch watching the playoffs, especially this year's playoffs. With this year's playoffs probably being the best playoffs in quite a while. Probably the best NFL postseason I've ever seen by far. And our team's on the couch. I don't want that feeling next year. I do not want that feeling going into. I don't want that feeling next year. So I hope Mike McDaniel and the front office does everything it possibly needs to get this offense ready and hire who you got to hire. If McDaniel wants to bring in his own staff, I'm hearing rumors that there's a possibility that Vic Fangio could come in and be the defensive coordinator if they don't do the Dolphins defensive coordinator staff from last year and previous years. Good. I love Vic Fangio. He's not a great head coach. He's an amazing defensive coordinator, though. Amazing. If we were to bring in him, that would be spectacular. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, but that's going to do it. Mike McDaniel is officially the Miami Dolphins' new head coach. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. It is officially Super Bowl week. We're going to have a couple videos up this week. We're going to have Super Bowl predictions Thursday or Friday. Got to figure it out. I'm not sure what day it's going to be. I'll let you guys know. But Sunday night, no recap, because we're going to do the same thing we did last year, which was a Super Bowl vlog, reacting to the Super Bowl in the mere moments of the game. And it should be fun, man. It should be a fun time. So you guys have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, man, stay classy. We out. Peace. Fins up.